So we have seen how to calculate velocity when we have an accelerated motion, uniform accelerated motion. Let us now calculate displacement. So for example, if an object starts with some velocity, let us say u, and travels some displacement, right? It moves some displacement and it ends up with a velocity v and it has an acceleration a. As long as it's uniform acceleration, which is what we are dealing with, then we write v equals u plus at, where this is t seconds. Always draw a diagram, that's very, very useful. Now, there is one rule that I'm going to say without actually proving it. We'll worry about the proof later. Average velocity for uniform acceleration only. Average velocity is u plus v by 2 or v plus u by 2. Final plus initial, initial plus final doesn't matter, by 2. Okay. Now this is not true always. Only for uniform acceleration. Is that okay? But you know that average velocity is always displacement by time. This is always true. If something is always true, it must be true even here. Correct? So how do I calculate displacement? I can say average velocity into time. So displacement is average velocity into time, v plus u by 2 into t. Let us take an example. So for example, if I tell you that there is an object which was moving at 3 meters per second and has an acceleration of, let us say, 3 meters per second square for 2 seconds. What is its final velocity? At 6. 6 plus 3, 9. So this is 9 meters per second. What is the average velocity? 3 meters per second is only when it is here. 9 meters per second is when it is here. Average velocity, 3 plus 9, 12 divided by 2, 6 meters per second. Average velocity into time, 12 meters is the displacement. S displacement is 12 meters. Let us take another example. So suppose I tell you that I have an object like this which started with 8 meters per second and after 4 seconds it has come to some velocity which I don't know, but I know its acceleration was 5 meters per second square. What do you know about that velocity? It is 5 into 4, 20, 20 plus 8, 28. So what is the displacement? Average velocity into time, right? So what is 28 plus 8? 36, right? 36 by 2 is 18, 18 into 4 basically is going to give you 72 meters. So is that clear? So we can find displacement if I know the initial velocity and the final velocity, and you can find the initial or final velocity if you knew the acceleration and time. Let us take another example. Now for example, if I start off with, I don't know what the initial velocity is, but I know that acceleration was, let us say, 4 meters per second square and for 3 seconds. And I know my final velocity is 20 meters per second. What is my initial velocity? 4 into 3, 12. So something plus 12 must give me 20. So what do you think the initial velocity should be? 8. 8 meters per second, because 8 plus 12 will give me 20. Now 8 plus 20, 28 by 2 is 14 meters per second. That is the average velocity. So 14 into 3 will be our displacement. So how much is 14 into 3? It is going to be 42 meters, right? Because this is 14 into 3 seconds. So do you understand how to calculate displacement? Once you know the initial velocity, you know the final velocity, average velocity, by average velocity is initial plus final by 2 into t. Okay? But this is not the only way we are going to learn how to calculate, but this is a very, very powerful and very important idea that average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Remember, this is not true, N-O-T, not true if this was not uniform acceleration. This is only true for uniform acceleration. Displacement by time is true in all other cases, everywhere, including uniform acceleration. So I hope that is clear. Let us now apply this to some slight modifications of this so that we will be able to come up with another formula for displacement. So now we know that displacement is average velocity into time, and average velocity was u plus v by 2. But if I have a and this object was traveling for time t, that means this velocity itself is u plus at. So what is average velocity? U plus v by 2. But what is v? U plus at. Correct? V is u plus at by 2. Now look at what is happening. U plus u, 2u. 2u by 2 is u. Then at by 2 is half at. So average velocity is also u plus half at. Okay. Now displacement is average velocity into time. Correct? That means it is in this into time. But this into time, u plus half at into t is ut plus half at t square. So we say displacement is ut plus half at t square. You would have learned this as Galileo's second equation for uniform accelerated motion. We call this second equation of motion, but basically it's Galileo's second equation for uniform accelerated motion only. It's not true for other kinds of motion. So for uniform accelerated motion, displacement is ut plus half at t square. You would have definitely learned this formula. But I want you to remember this formula, more important. U plus half at is the average velocity. Let us see why. What is this? U plus 0. What is that? U plus at. Suppose it was u and that was also u. What is the average? U. U plus 0, u plus 0 average. U plus 0. U plus 0, u plus at average. U plus 0 plus at by 2 or half at. That's the average velocity. In the beginning you had u. Later when we come to graphs we will see. In the end you had extra at. U plus at. And your average was not this much, not that much, but halfway. So half of at, half at, u plus half at. So that is the average velocity. It's very good to understand this really well. Later on in the next module, what I will do is I will ask you to think of it this way, where I will take the half and move it inside, and then we can interpret it very well. In mathematics, deriving a formula is the end. Okay. In physics, understanding after you have derived, using the formula, interpreting the formula, that is important. So we will interpret this separately later. This is not for now. Let us concentrate on this. Average velocity is u plus half at. So displacement is ut plus half at square. How do I use this? So for example, if an object was moving like this, let us say with 4 meters per second and had an acceleration of 5 meters per second square for 4 seconds, I don't need to calculate v. I can directly write displacement is ut plus half a t square. So this is 40 plus 16, 56 meters. But I like to use u plus v by 2, that is much better. Let us see, 20 plus 4, 24. Average velocity, 28 by 2, 14 meters per second. 14 into 4, displacement is 14 into 4, well, that is 56 meters. Which do you think is easier? I think this is easier. But should you know this? Yes, you should definitely know this. Now I have a few points, like we did with acceleration, there are a few points. Did I call this distance or did I call this displacement? Displacement. Why am I calling it displacement? Because it is displacement. It is this arrow. It comes with direction. Remember, U has direction, V has direction, A has direction, S has direction. So, if the object goes like that and comes back here, this calculation will not give you this distance. No, it will give you this displacement. Okay, let us use this by trying out a couple of questions. So now we have a few questions here. So let us look at this one. So this object is moving like this, starting here and ending there. Starts with 15 meters per second, but we have been told to take that as the positive direction. And the acceleration is pointing in that direction. So first thing that I need to do is I can use the formula to find displacement. Let us use the formula. This is the starting, this is the ending. So that means this must be U. What is the U? Sign of U. That is the plus direction. What is the sign of U? Minus 15. So minus 15 into 3 ut plus half into A. Look at the direction. Plus. So half into A into t square. Okay. So what is this? Minus 45. This is plus 9. Minus 45 plus 9 is minus 36 meters. What does minus mean? Minus means instead of that direction, it's in this direction. But you know that the displacement is from here to there, 36 meters. Size is 36, direction is minus, plus minus. But I could have also done this differently by using V plus U by 2. Let us do that. 15, AT, 2 into 3, 6. But 6 is plus 6. Minus 15 plus 6, minus 9. So it is 9 meters per second in this direction, minus 9. What about average velocity? Minus 9 plus minus 15 by 2. How much is that? Minus 24 by 2, minus 12. So displacement, average velocity into time, minus 12 into 3, minus 36 meters. Can you see that? Matches with that. You can do average velocity. Average velocity will be this way, 12 meters per second. 12 into 3, 36. So displacement is 36 meters in this direction. That is plus. So this displacement value, if I don't give you the direction, I should say it is minus 36. Minus 36 means this way. Or I can say 36 meters in this direction. Both are the same statement. So I hope that is clear. Now let us do another question. So in this question, this object starts here, stops. At that point it stops, turns around and comes here. Whenever something like this happens, I am assuming it stops. When it stops, its velocity has become 0. What about its acceleration? That has not changed. It is still 2 meters per second square. If I take a ball and I throw it up, you will find that the velocity at the topmost point, we say that the velocity there has become 0. But acceleration is still 10 meters per second square downwards. Okay? Velocity stops. Acceleration does not. Okay. Now let us say I go from here to there. So obviously this velocity must be in that direction. Because it can't be like this. And when it comes here, this velocity must be in this direction. That is given as the plus direction. So we can use that. But now let us think. Is the acceleration like that or like this? If it was like that, 6 will become 7, 8, 9. Will it become 0? No. So that means it cannot be in that direction. So acceleration must be in this direction. Okay. Now let us try to calculate average velocity and let us calculate time. So how will you calculate time? Time is change in velocity. Final velocity. Look at the final velocity. Minus 4. V, final, minus 4. minus initial velocity plus 6 by acceleration minus 2. Okay? How much is this? Minus 4 minus 6 is minus 10 by minus 2. Minus 10 by minus 2, minus minus cancels, 10 by 2, 5. So it is 5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds to go from here to there. Okay? Now, what is the average velocity? Now you have to be very careful. Average velocity is v plus u by 2. What is v? What is v? Minus 4 plus, this is v minus u by a. This is v plus u by 2. So minus 4, and what about that? 6. Minus 4 minus 6, this is minus 4 plus 6 by 2, not minus 2, just by 2. So how much is this? 6 minus 4? 6 minus 4 is 2, 2 by 2 is 1. So the average velocity is 1 meter per second. So 1 meter per second into 5 seconds, 5 meters. The displacement from start to end, 5 meters plus 5 meters. Can you see it is in this direction? I did not use that other formula, ut plus half at square. I used average velocity into time. Can I use ut plus half at square to calculate distance? Displacement? Yes. So let us calculate displacement. What is the displacement? S, not this S, this is start. I am talking about this S. S is u plus 6, right? U into t. But to calculate t, I had to do all this anyway. Okay? But u into t plus half a. What is a? Minus 2 into t square. So this is 30 minus 25, which is 5 meters. Is that clear? So you got plus 5 meters. This was plus 5 meters. So it points like this. What we did not get is this distance. How will you calculate the distance? Suppose somebody says, what was the distance traveled by the object? You will have to calculate this distance, then you have to calculate this distance, and then you have to add. Which is easier? Is displacement easier or distance easier? One shot we will be getting the answer for displacement. But if you want to calculate distance, I have to calculate that, and then I have to calculate this, and I have to add, which is a lot of extra work. So usually displacement is a lot simpler. That's one of the reasons we do this in physics. Physicists are lazy. So physics, we want to make life easy. And life is easy if you calculate displacement. The formula S is equal to ut plus half at square is for displacement, not for distance. Now let us take another example. So in this example, remember the example that we did earlier? I take this ball, I throw it up and I catch it. So it goes up and it comes down. Let us say I throw it at 15 meters per second. It's traveling for 5 seconds. I want to calculate displacement. Where is it starting? Where is it ending? Displacement is in this direction. But look at what is positive direction. Up. Do you think the displacement is going to be negative or positive? It's down. That is plus. So it is going to be negative. Let us calculate and see. So if I look at this, this is plus 15. Acceleration is minus 10 meters per second square. Why is it minus? Because it's downwards. Plus direction, minus. Right? What is my final velocity? If you remember from the earlier one, it was minus 35. But I will do it anyway. So v equals u plus a into t. So 15 minus 50 minus 35 meters per second. This is v. What is average velocity? Average velocity is u plus v, 15 minus 35. It is 15 plus minus 35, which is 15 minus 35 divided by 2. What is 15 minus 35? 15 minus 35 is minus 20. Correct? Minus 20 by 2 is minus 10 meters per second. Average velocity is minus 10 meters per second. Time is 5 seconds, displacement must be equal to minus 10 into 5 minus 50 meters. This is minus 50 meters. Is it negative? Yes, it is downward, so it must be negative. Suppose I had used the formula. Instead of calculating all this, suppose I use the formula. Let us see. S is ut plus half at square. What is u? 15 ut plus half a t square, which is 25. What is this? This is 5, minus 5. 5 into 25, 125. This is 75. 75 minus 125 is minus 50 meters. Notice that you get minus 50 here and you get minus 50 if you use that. Minus 50 tells you the displacement. If you wanted to know the distance traveled, you will have to calculate from here to there, then from there to there. Don't do that. Most questions you talk about displacement, so that gives you straight from here to there. You don't have to break it up into part 1 and part 2. Many times what happens is people say they are comfortable saying 15 to 0, 0 to 35. Don't break it up. It is one single motion if you use the correct sign convention. Now if you look at some of these questions, I had the starting velocity and the ending velocity. I had to do a lot of work to calculate displacement. Is there a shorter way? So that's what we are going to now see with a new formula. We know that acceleration is v minus u by t, right? We also know that average velocity is v plus u by 2. But average velocity into time is displacement. So we know all of this, right? Now it turns out that you can happily multiply these two. You have a by t and you have an into t. When you multiply, what will happen? The t and t will cancel out. And what will you get? You will get v minus u into v plus u, which is v square minus u square by 2 is as. Now this itself is a very useful and important equation. I'll come back to that later. But the way people write is to take the 2 there. So we write v square minus u square is 2as, and we call this Galileo's third equation for uniform accelerated motion. Okay, so that's just the name. Why did I say that this was useful and important? Because if I multiply this by m, what is this? mv square by 2. What is half mv square? Kinetic energy. So if I multiply by m, this actually says that kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial, and if I multiply by m, I'll get ma into s. What is ma? Force. So this is force into displacement. So this turns out to be work. So work is kinetic change in kinetic energy. That is actually the same as this statement. The reason we learned this statement or this statement is because this is actually an energy statement. And the reason we learn v minus u is at, if I multiply by m, I'll get mv minus mu. What is mv? Momentum. So momentum, you know the symbol for momentum is p. Momentum final minus momentum initial is ma into t, f into t. It is called impulse. Okay? So basically it is the same idea. The reason these statements are important is because they become general statements later. Right now, of course, these are just uniform accelerated motion. You don't need to know all this. I'm just saying that right now, this is an important statement. V square minus u square is 2as. What have we done in this? We have eliminated t. We don't have t. So without calculating time, you can calculate s or calculate a depending on what you have. Let us apply this idea. So for example, let us take this question. So in this question, I have a body that starts with 4 meters per second and it has a final velocity of 6 meters per second, acceleration of 4 meters per second square, and that is the positive direction. You want to find this displacement. You can write S is v square minus u square by 2a. 2as is v square minus u square. V square 36, u square 16. Everything is in the positive direction, no big deal. Divided by 2 times 4. Right? How much is this? 20 by 2 into 4. So that is 5 by 2, 2.5 meters. Let me check whether this works if I calculate time. I didn't calculate time. But suppose I wanted to calculate time. Is it easy to calculate time? Final minus initial, how much is that? 2 divided by acceleration 4. How much is that time? 0.5 seconds. Average velocity 4 plus 6, 10 by 2, 5 meters per second. Average velocity into time, 5 into 0.5, 2.5 meters. Actually, if you think this is, I still think this is easier. Okay, but anyway, you should learn this, you should know how to do this. But the basic point is never forget. People don't tell you that Galileo's big equation is final velocity plus initial velocity by 2 is average velocity. But this is, I think, the single most important equation for uniform accelerated motion. Okay, but it's a very easy equation. So you should be able to definitely use that. Let us come back to this and use this formula v square minus u square is 2as. Now you have to worry about signs. 5 meters per second, it starts like this and ends like that. So this is the start, this is the end. Okay, is this plus 5? Yes, plus direction. Minus 7. Okay, and what about acceleration? If it was pointing in this direction, it will keep on increasing. It will never come and stop here. You know that at that point the velocity has to become 0. So therefore the acceleration must be in this direction. So it must be minus 3. So if I want the displacement, notice the displacement is this direction. From start to end. How much is the displacement? V square, minus 7 square is 49. It is not minus 7 square. It is minus 7 whole square. V square minus u square, please write the bracket, put the brackets, otherwise it becomes a very different answer. What is this? Minus 49. What is this? Plus 49. So this is plus 49. V square minus u square by, that's why I don't like this formula. People make lots of mistakes with this. So v square minus u square divided by 2 times a. What is a? Look at that. That is the plus direction. This is the minus direction. So minus 3. What is 49 minus 25? Minus 24. Right? Sorry, plus 24. So this is 24 by minus 6. So if I cancel that out, I'll get minus 4 meters. Minus 4 meters. Minus 4 means in this direction 4 meters. So displacement is minus 4 meters. That's why it's in this direction. Suppose I was to use average velocity. What is average velocity? Final velocity plus initial velocity by 2. Minus 7 plus 5 is minus 2 by 2 is minus 1 meter per second. Average velocity is negative. How much is the time? Change in velocity. Final velocity minus initial velocity by acceleration. How much is this? Minus 12 by minus 3. 12 by 3 is 4 seconds. So it takes 4 seconds for this to happen. 4 seconds into minus 1 meter per second. Minus 4 meters per second. Is that clear? So you can use v square minus u square is 2as, this formula. Okay? Or you can use s is equal to ut plus half at square. Or I suggest you use v plus u by 2 is average velocity. And for velocity calculation, of course, you know v equals u plus at. So combine it together. So is that hopefully clear? We have learned a lot of different formulas. Let us quickly summarize them. So let us quickly summarize what we have learned. So first we've learned these 3 formulas that hopefully everybody will remember. V equals u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and 2as is v square minus u square. Remember that these are equations with a very clear sign convention. You must use the same positive direction. I have written here, use the same positive direction for u, v, a and s. The only thing that doesn't have a plus minus sign convention here is t. Everything else comes with a sign. And you cannot say for u I will use that, for a I will use this as positive, not allowed. For everything it is the same positive direction. Only then these formulas work. These are Galileo's 3 equations for uniform accelerated motion. My suggestion is to use these 3 equations instead. mean, these are all equally valid equations. But if you see, these equations are overall less troublesome. V minus u is at, which is the same as the first one. Okay, so this tells you that you can go from v to find u, you can go from t to find a. For example, v minus u by t is a. It is the same equation as that, but my suggestion is think of at and look at what is v minus u. V minus u is at. Second, calculate average velocity, u plus v or v plus u by 2. This comes with sign, this also has sign. Okay, and s is average velocity into time, so v plus u by 2 into t. Now this equation becomes two equations if you want. You can write acceleration is v minus u by t, but I don't want that very much. Time is v minus u by a. I often want this. For example, if I drop a ball, I know this velocity, I know that velocity. I can use that to find time because I know acceleration. Acceleration is 10. So that means whenever you know the acceleration, calculating time becomes very useful. So v minus u is at, average velocity is v plus u by 2. Please use this, this is very, very useful. Now we will see this a little bit more when we try to apply it to various kinds of problems. I have a few points that I want you to remember. When you start your motion, your velocity may not be 0. You don't have to start from rest. You could start from rest, but you can also start with a velocity. How is that possible? Well, whenever I start observing, you already had a velocity. Start doesn't mean start of motion. And there's no concept that in the beginning you must be at rest. I am on earth. Earth itself is moving. So the idea that we are at rest itself doesn't make much sense. So start does not mean 0 meters per second. End does not mean 0 meters per second. Something comes and stops. After it has stopped, it is 0 meters per second. But while it is sitting, it is not 0 meters per second. Okay? So end does not mean 0 meters per second. Sometimes objects stop, like this chalk piece goes up, stops for an instant. It doesn't stop there forever. If it stops there forever, then it will remain there. But it goes up, stops and comes back. So if it stops for an instant, like for example, this place, it stops for an instant. Then velocity is 0. Here velocity is 0, but acceleration is not 0. So acceleration is 0 is wrong. It is not equal to saying acceleration is 0. If I drop an object, velocity is 0. If the dropper was also at rest. If there is a balloon going up, it is not at rest. If there is something coming down, if I am coming down and in a lift and I drop it, it has the same velocity as the lift, it is not equal to 0. But in general, if I go and drop it like this, it is 0. S in this formula, this S, here this S, this is displacement, not distance. So if something goes like this, it is not this distance, it is this displacement. Okay? It comes with a sign and it is displacement. It's not about distance plus or minus. It may not even be the distance. So for example, if this was 5 meters and then you come back like this 2 meters, what is S? 3 meters. It is not 5, it is not 2, it is not 7. It is 3 meters. In that formula, you will get 3 meters. So S is displacement. Use the same positive direction for all of them. Choose one positive direction and stick to it. Don't change. Deceleration means slowing down. Deceleration does not mean negative acceleration. Sometimes it can be negative acceleration, sometimes it can be positive acceleration. So negative positive acceleration just simply comes from the direction that you chose as positive and the direction of acceleration. Deceleration means slowing down. Okay, so this is a little bit more tricky. When you're solving problems, you have to calculate saying it has a deceleration, so it must be slowing down. So what must its acceleration be? Always draw a diagram. I can't emphasize this enough. If you don't draw a diagram, you can't do physics. Please do draw a diagram. Most people don't. Draw a diagram, half the problem is over.